welcome to Battlestar Galactica The Miniseries Part 2. I have been waiting literally all week to get to today where I can watch this episode with you. So thank you for coming back and being here and joining me on this journey to experience Battlestar Galactica. For me, it's the very first time. For a few of you, I've seen kind of comments indicating it might be your first time too. For others, I know you're rewatching the show with me. I want to say right off the top how grateful I am for you just being here. Just let's start with where the last episode ended. Battlestar Galactica, I guess they sent out a message just encouraging other ships to potentially meet them at this location that they're going to. I believe they're going there specifically in the hopes of finding ammunition, but maybe are any other ships going to show up? I mean, the show's not called Battlestar Galactica and Friends. Are there any other survivors? I mean, the Cylons attacked and they declared war with a brutality, with a plan, a well thought out, crafted plan. And I hope there's other survivors out there. We know, okay, so here's the thing, okay? Last episode ended with this explosion and this boom. And my initial reaction was like, oh my gosh, they just killed off the president and Apollo. But the more I talked about it I don't know if I verbalized this, but the more I talked about it, I just was like, they set up the characters so well with so many connections, and they are on the box cover. So it wouldn't be the first time there was an explosion in this show where I thought someone was killed and they weren't. Maybe I'm just totally off base. I don't know, but I suspect they somehow survived. So I think, I don't know how. And then if they survived, are they just floating out in space? I don't know. But it was a brilliant thing to end on. There was also a boomer who I think was on a ship when she took on some civilians, and Dr. Gaius Baltar and Halo volunteered to stay behind, which I'm kind of upset about, but okay. I don't know if I should trust Dr. Gaius or not. I think he's losing his mind, to be honest. I don't know. I question his character. One thing I wanted to say that I just straight up forgot to say last week was Edward James Olmos. Edward James Olmos. He is really great casting in the role of Commander Adama. He really carries himself, and he specifically, I noticed during his speech, he had such a gravitas. He brings such weight to the role. Okay, let's get into it. Let's experience Battlestar Galactica, the miniseries part 2, for the very first time. Right into the moment. Everyone has tears in their eyes. Wow, what great acting. See, it's hard not to think otherwise. Like, this man just lost his son.
Lieutenant, I don't know if you heard about Apollo, but...
Heard what? 3, 2, 1.
Boomer.
Launch.
My dad's in the colonial fleet. I think he's dead too.
You're a survivor.
Okay, but she's not there, right? He's tripping. Yeah, you can't start talking back.
All decks prepare for immediate FTL jump.
This thing has transitioned from museum to warship.
6.
Or it's about to.
5. Jumping.
Nice. I like how they're just using simple camera tricks to show, what they're feeling, even if they showed it before the actual jump. It certainly gives you like an uneasy feeling in your gut. 4 hours from Caprica, Colonial 1. How are they not exploded? Like, they're just floating out there totally fine? Cool. I'm glad. Confirmation. We've confirmed Apollo is fine as well. Thank God.
I basically just used the hyperdrive to manipulate the energy coils.
Awesome.
I'm hoping that it looked like a nuclear explosion. It never used to work during war games. The Cylons would see right through and destroy the targets.
The lesson here is not to ask follow-up questions, but simply to say thank you.
Yes. Great lesson.
Lords of Cobalt, hear my prayer. Take the souls of your sons and daughters lost this day, especially that of Leodama, into your hands.
This is such a good scene. Even knowing he's alive, this is still emotionally compelling. Just because you know what Starbuck is going through. I mean, look at all the dead people. The people they've lost. The 85 in the explosion. You know their bodies are all burned and mangled, and it's just hard to watch. Welcome to Ragnar. We're going to get those ammunitions, boys.
People, let's be quick about this.
And gals. Oh, who's there? Who's there? It didn't occur to me there'd be other people there. Hi. Just one person, maybe?
That him?
Yeah. Hope he's worth it.
Me too.
Sorry.
I'm not sure he is.
Doctor, I need you to serve as my chief scientific consultant and analyst regarding the Cylons and their technology.
I'd be honored, Madam President.
I want you to go out there and find as many survivors as you can, bring them back to this position. We will then form a convoy.
You understand me? I am not.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Nobody's taking
You're
you to
fine,
jail.
dude.
Just calm down. Came to get some equipment from the station to get back in the fight. What fight?
He doesn't have any idea.
We've got over 2,000 people on that ship. Now you think you can shoot every single one of us? Fine, but if not, get out of my way.
Respect this man.
Ignoring me won't help.
Well, it's not gonna hurt.
I've decided you're an expression of my subconscious mind.
Sensible.
Have you considered the possibility that I can very well exist only in your head without being a hallucination?
Oh.
Maybe you see and hear me because while you were sleeping, I implanted a chip in your brain that transmits my image.
Is that a possibility? Could that have happened?
I'm trying to figure out how you managed to pull this kind of an attack. That was your job.
Officially. Unofficially, I had other motives.
Yeah, your
We had something, guys.
religious mission.
And what I want most of all
Yep.
is for you to love me. God is love.
True?
No.
Oh. Okay. I have no idea what to make of, of their interactions, but darn if it's not engaging as heck.
Okay, those warheads over there. Here's the deal. They would have brought a nice price on the open market.
There's no more open market.
You don't look too good.
Be careful with that. Look out.
Yo! They all died. They all dead. It's over. Dang. Oh man, they got locked in there.
We're gonna get you out of there right away.
Go! No, get all the bullets and equipment into the ship.
Is there another way out of here?
Prioritizing the mission.
We're gonna go out another way. Sir, I don't think that's a wise idea.
I don't
Got your
either.
orders.
I don't trust this guy. He's acting crazy. I think Commander Adama's gonna have to kill this guy.
Hi, Cammy. I'm Laura.
My parents are gonna meet me at the spaceport in Caprica City.
Spaceport. I see.
Were
And then Daddy's gonna read to me. And then I'm going to bed.
she's got her whole day mapped out.
That brings us up to about, what, 60 ships so far? Not bad for a few hours' work.
We should start transferring people off the sublights onto the FTLs as soon as possible.
Got a visitor.
Oh no. Okay, that.
It definitely scanned us before it jumped.
We have to go now.
Yes, but there's probably not people. There's probably still people on the 20 not light
There are
speed
still
ships.
thousands of people on the sublight ships.
Right. Thank you.
You can't just leave them all behind. You'll be sacrificing thousands of people.
But we'll be saving tens of thousands.
Oh, it's the trolley problem. I hate it. I hate it. But Captain Apollo is right.
Order the fleet to jump to Ragnar immediately.
I hate it, but it's right. Crap.
I have cancer.
Good a time as any, I guess, to put that out there.
I know.
Oh, he knows.
I wish I could say it was the least of my worries, but the world is coming to an end, and all I can think about is that I have cancer and I'm probably going to die.
It's hard not to think about it, even.
It's not selfish.
It's just real.
It's human.
Yes, thank you.
That little girl you met earlier.
She's on one of the sublight ships.
Her ship can't make the jump.
No. Rest in peace, I
Thank
guess.
you.
This is your pilot
I mean, can we break all protocol and get her?
Stand by to jump, thank you.
He just introduced her to crush our spirits.
Cycled.
No, it's not a popular decision, but oh, it's likely the right choice.
No. If they're captured, then the Cylons know too.
The Cylons are there. We can confirm it was 100% the right decision, but jeez. In a way, it makes it that much harder because they're not just jumping away, they're jumping away with 100% certainty that those left behind are dead. I'm sorry, Cammy. At least it'll be fast. And you maybe you can have dinner with your parents still.
You alright?
I don't know what to make of this guy.
There's something in the air affects my allergies. Maybe the Cylons are God's retribution for our many sins. What if God decided he made a mistake and he decided to give souls to another creature?
That's interesting to think about.
God didn't create the Cylons. Man did.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure we didn't include a soul in the programming.
We have multiple contacts coming down through the storm towards the Anchorage. Looks like more than 50 ships.
Cut us loose from the station.
Launch the alert fighters. Set condition.
It's Colonial 1.
Confirmed, sir. Incoming ships are friendly.
Yes, 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 yes.
They say they have the president of the colonies aboard.
We are in the middle of repairing and rearming this ship. We can't afford
good.
to lose
Conflict.
a single man off the line to start caring for refugees. In case you haven't heard, there's a war on.
The war is over.
We lost.
And we lost.
We'll see about that.
Oh, feels like she's right.
Duella. Hi. We need to get to the CIC.
Oh! Hey, you know what? When it's the end of the world, go for it. Take your shot.
It's this way.
Dr. Baltar is like, what? Okay. At least his girlfriend is real. Not that number 6 isn't real, but is she?
Hey.
I thought you were dead. It's good to be wrong.
Well, you should be used to it by now.
Oh.
Everyone has a skill. Does your father know you're still breathing?
Probably should let him know if he can survive the next few moments. Okay, maybe he's just that sick.
Must be your allergies.
No, this isn't allergies. He's pale. It's whiter than me, and that says something.
But you got his silica pathways to the brain, or whatever it is you call that thing you pretend to think with.
It's a storm, isn't it? It puts out something. Something you discovered has an effect on Cylon technology.
So there's something here that affects Cylons, and it's affecting him. Is he a Cylon?
You'll be dead in a few minutes. How does that make you feel?
When this body dies, my consciousness will be transferred to another one.
Okay, we met a second Cylon.
Tell the others exactly where you are, and I think that they'll come here. And they'll kill all of you.
I think if you could have transferred out of here, you would have done it long before now.
His philosophy, mumbo jumbo, all makes a little more sense now. Excuse me. No. No. Oh, I felt that. Oh, come on. Go, 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 go. How human are these Cylon models? Like, can they feel pain? Do they have a limit, a maximum amount of pain they can experience? I think they must be able to feel. I mean, I'm assuming number 6 could feel some of the stuff she was doing with Gaia's. Ooh. I think you got him.
Must be hard for you. Something you created, twisted, and used like this must be the guilt.
I remember you telling me once that guilt was something small people feel when they run out of excuses for their behavior. But you're not burdened by conscience or guilt or regret.
I bet.
Huh.
You didn't mean for any of this to happen. It's not like you knew what they were going to do.
See, if he feels guilty, he's human. If he doesn't feel guilty of what she says is true, I have no trust of him.
I think we can have a real future together.
Oof.
See anything there that looks familiar?
It's a smoke alarm.
It's a Cylon device. And that means...
Say it.
Yeah, say it out loud. And then we'll go to commercial.
There's another Cylon aboard this ship.
Oh my gosh. One of the people we know is a Cylon. I hope it's not Starbuck. That'd be really trippy.
I have to warn them.
How do you propose to do that? Familiar with their technology because I've been having sex with a Cylon for the last 2 years now.
2 years? Dang. Wow, spicy. Not a good idea. You're in public, for one. I can only imagine what that would look like to the eyes of anybody watching. Creepy, 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 creepy.
Yes. Are you all right? You look a little flushed.
I'm thinking someone else might need to be implicated as a Cylon agent.
He doesn't seem the type, and I don't remember seeing him at any of the Cylon parties.
Why do you want to implicate him?
Well, so far aboard this ship, no one even suspects the Cylons look like us now.
Yeah, how do you explain that?
This just gets worse and worse.
Again, how do you know this?
The Cylons look like us.
Down to our blood.
That's right, they now know. That's convenient.
Lee is alive.
I hope you give your son a hug. A big ol' hug.
Commander?
How about Dad? I know, your relationship issues are not going to be fixed automatically. Maybe there's some extra motivation to fix them now, though, right? To restore that relationship.
Oh, yeah. Gotta go.
Yeah. Thank you. I was like, you don't even need to say anything. See, they needed this moment.
Everything in Lee Oben's body appears human. Internal organs, lymphatic system.
Really?
We need a way to screen human from Cylon, and that's where you come in.
Assuming he's not a Cylon. I think it's a safe assumption. Doesn't mean he can be trusted. Can he? I don't trust him. Bus over.
Zach failed basic flight. I passed him. His technique was sloppy.
She bears as much responsibility as...
I felt something and I let it get in the way of doing my job. And I couldn't fail him.
I bet she feels that guilt as well.
Halt! No sudden move.
Whoa, wait a minute, guys.
Get down on your knees and cross your ankles, now!
If he's really a Cylon, why hasn't the storm radiation made him sick by now?
I don't suppose it matters to you that I am not a Cylon?
He's not a Cylon. Probably, almost certainly.
Went around the CIC discreetly, taking random hair samples.
I don't think he did any of this.
His samples were the only samples to register as synthetic, as you please.
I'll take your word for it.
Right. He seemed very interested in this odd-looking device.
What?
Yeah, he has no idea what you're talking about.
What should I do with it, sir?
Take it to Dr. Baltar. I've given him clearance. He's become our resident Cylon expert.
That can't be right.
What if it is? What if it is? Turn around. That would indicate you're surrounded.
You planning to stage a military coup?
What?
I love her. She's so direct.
My primary objective at the present time is to repair the Galactica and continue to fight.
There are 50,000 civilian refugees out there who don't stand a chance without your ship. To protect them.
We're at war, and that's my mission.
The war is over.
It hasn't begun yet. You would rather that we run?
Yes, absolutely.
I think she's right. I don't want her to be right, but isn't she?
This ship will stand and it will fight.
If we are even going to survive as a species, we need to start having babies.
By the way they were deployed, I'd say they're waiting for us to come to them.
Yeah.
Can we plot a jump from inside the storm?
With all this EM interference mucking up the FTL film.
Hi.
Hi.
Y'all should probably talk a little.
We can very well cram 50,000 men.
What happened in the passageway was...
Yeah.
Spontaneous.
They better start having babies.
Is that an order?
He's shipping them. Me too.
We're running.
This war is over. We lost.
Wow. She convinced him.
The civilians will come out behind us, cross the threshold, and make the jump while we hold off the Cylons.
So we're going to have to fight.
All my pilots to return. Do you understand?
It's going to be close. It's going to be fun to watch.
You can't just leave me here
You
to
got
die!
food, water, all the luxuries of home.
I'm not a Cylon!
Maybe, but
not.
we just can't take that chance.
I'm not a Cylon!
That's amazing. It's awful. Here we go. How are they going to be able to hold them off?
Cylon fighters.
Viper's clear to launch.
Good luck out there.
Broken formation.
So hey, we got Apollo and Starbuck. I know they'll be out there. Ooh. Oh, no. Let's not blow up our ships. He's in a spin.
Apollo, can you read me?
What do you do when a ship is in spin like that? Like, can you actually help them? What do you do? Don't freeze. Oh, Thank you, Starbuck.
Last civilian ship is away.
Recall
Yes.
all fighters.
Let's get the heck out of here, please. Oh, gosh. Oh, no.
2 Vipers still out there, sir. Starbuck and Apollo.
Yeah, of course.
Can't stand toe-to-toe with those base ships.
Morning, Starbuck. What do you hear?
Nothing but the rain.
Grab your gun and bring the cat in.
Aye, sir. Coming home.
I'm not gonna make it, Starbuck.
Yeah, you are. We're not going to end another episode with you dying. Oh, yeah, this is dangerous. I love it.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Beyond insane.
I agree. And that's why we love Starbucks.
We're coming in a little hot, don't you think?
Not really.
Her eyes and her mouth are not telling the same story. All right.
You're bored.
We did it.
Jump.
Yes. Live to fight another day, friends.
We lift up their bodies to you, O Lords of Kobol.
Lords of Kobol.
Just as you led us from Kobol and found the 12 worlds, that you will lead us to a new home, where we may begin life anew.
So say we all.
So say we all.
There's a 13th colony of humankind, is there not?
Yes, made their home upon a planet called Earth, which circled a distant and unknown star.
That's us.
I know where it is.
What?
Earth. The most guarded secret we have. The location was only known by the senior commanders of the fleet. We have a refuge to go to. A refuge
Awesome.
that the Cylons know nothing about. And Earth
Ooh, boy.
will become our new home. So say we all.
So say we all. A 13th colony, unbeknownst to the Cylons, theoretically. The celebration, the plan, the hope. We have somewhere to run to, theoretically.
What you did out there today with Leodama.
Yeah. So she deserves some accolades.
Now,
His cheeks twitching.
about yesterday, I wanted to say,
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow, that's really... I'm impressed.
Well, don't you have anything to say?
Permission
Nope.
to speak off the record, sir.
Granted.
Dangerous.
You're dangerous. Because you're weak.
Wow.
Because you're a drunk.
You're done. You return to flight status. Let's see how long that lasts.
I'm glad they didn't just resolve their conflict completely, because that's going to be, I think, a very interesting part of the show. I want more. I hope she asks him if this Earth stuff is genuine, if it's real, or if it's... We'll talk.
There's no Earth. You made it all up.
You're right. It's all a legend.
On the other hand, we're here. We are real. Can we, send them a message? Hey, we're here.
It's not enough to just live. You have to have something to live for.
Hope. It's a powerful, powerful thing. But what's the real plan, then?
They'll never forgive you.
Maybe. I've given all of us a fighting chance to survive. And isn't that what you said was the most important thing?
Who else knows?
Not a soul.
Good. Keep it that way. Keep it that way. That is now your most closely guarded secret.
I want something in return.
So you'll be in charge of the fleet. But military decisions stay with me.
Yes.
She may have been 43rd in line, but I feel like she's shown that she's more than capable.
Some may not even know they're Cylons at all. They could be sleeper agents programmed to perfectly impersonate human beings until activation.
The fact that they're presenting this idea means they are.
I am not on anybody's side.
You're on your own side. I don't trust him. I want to, but I mean, everything he does is it only makes sense to him, I think. Oh, wow. Colonel Ty throwing out the booze? Good for you. Hopefully that means Starbucks' harsh words maybe sunk deep and spoke to him. That's strength. If he actually becomes sober, that is strength. I like that she unfolded the picture. I don't know why or what I'm hoping to come from that. I'm not exactly shipping them, but Just don't make nice eyes, the Cylon. I should probably find out her name.
Good night, Commander.
Still. Dad, there are only 12 Cylon models. Okay. Did Gaius leave the note? And if so, why is he communicating all secretly instead of... Oh yeah, I guess let's not leave this unresolved. It's not our people coming for him, so... It's obviously Cylons. Gonna kill him or capture him. He doesn't know anything. Hey, and it's the Blondie, number 6. And is that the same guy we saw earlier? Bunch of them. Oh, wait, he is a Cylon. Wait, that's him, right?
It may take several decades to track them down.
Don't worry. We'll find them.
My heart just dropped. Freaking Boomer. Okay, wow. That's how you end a miniseries, ladies and gentlemen. With a big what the heck? Can we make this go to series right away? Thankfully, here on Casual Nerd Reactions, we sure as heck can. We get to start the series next week with episode 1. So Boomer is a Cylon and doesn't know she's a Cylon. She's a sleeper agent. Jeez, I'm so sad. Brilliant of the show to have her be someone that has a romantic attachment, as well as pairing her with the kid. All these things that really, I don't know, ingratiate her to us. Really kind of make you invest in her. Dang it. I did not expect that media guy to also be a Cylon. So we now know 4 of the Cylon models. So hopefully we can recognize them if we see them again. The media guy, number 6, Boomer, and then the guy who, which was fun. It was interesting. I think he's seeing him. There was kind of like, I don't trust this guy, whatever. But like seeing him being all pale and not 6, and then as Commander Adama was revealing that storm, can we get a copy of that storm to take with us everywhere we go that injures Cylons? Like that was a pretty fun reveal. Commander Adama realizing he's a Cylon, and then their fight was really, really good. Duala and Billy are interesting. They're, can you call it a relationship? I don't know. Commander Adama was staring at them saying, oh, they need to make babies. Which, of course, he was just, that was him coming to terms with what the president was saying, of course. But I'd like to take it as a sign that he's rooting for those 2 kids. And I am too. I am with it. I'm on their side. The show continued with the hard choices. This time it was the president making the hard choice early in the episode of leaving. I don't know how many were left behind, but presumably close to a third of the ships. There were 60 ships. Only 40 of them were light speed capable. It means 20 ships, including little Kara, were left behind. That was a hard choice. Not a choice anyone, I think, would want to make, but it was the necessary choice. And thankfully, they didn't leave any ambiguity there because the Cylons showed up immediately, meaning if they would have delayed at all, they could have all been killed. Yeah, it was heartbreaking seeing little Kara sitting there, so innocent, so optimistic, so oblivious to her fate and the fate of her family, and all the other pilots, both who were being left behind and were doing the leaving behind, just kind of questioning the order, like, this can't be real, but it was. And so it showed that she is capable of making the hard choice as well. And there's still a little bit of tension between the president and Commander Adama. I look forward to continuing to see that explored throughout this series. It's going to be really, really interesting. And of course, Colonel Ty and Starbuck, yeah, they have such an interesting dynamic, and it seemed like her pushing back and holding her position against him maybe was a catalyst for him to change. He threw out the bottle. The problem there might be there's probably other bottles. I don't know. I expect him to continue to have a struggle with alcoholism throughout this, but maybe that was a sign of him. He doesn't want to be seen as weak, and this is war times now. This is not, we're going into retirement, my ship's becoming a museum. Like, this is it. And yes, they're on the run, but he needs to be sharp. He needs to summon his strength, his will, and he has a very important role on the Galactica. And we need him to be his best self. Okay, Dr. Gaius Baltar, what is he doing? Is he crazy? Is he hallucinating this girl, or did she plant a chip in his head? I honestly don't know, and I don't know that. I don't know if I want to know. Her dynamic is really, really interesting. Does she not know things because he doesn't know them, or does she not know things because she doesn't know? I'm fascinated by their dynamic, and she seems to be manipulating and pulling strings. So I guess in that sense, I'm leaning towards her, at least in some capacity, being the real deal. And I think Gaius, at this point, his main goal, everything he's doing, I think is out of a motivation to protect himself. And he did catch a real Cylon. I'm shocked by that. Good for him. I don't know if I trust him or not. I'm leaning towards not trusting him, although it is in his best interest to take care and be in the best interest of the Galactica. It really is. So in that sense, he's probably going to make some good decisions, not all bad decisions, and then probably some like, what are you doing decisions. That's my expectation. The number 6, she told Gaius that she has her kind of own mission. Like some of the things she did wasn't just based on what the Cylon sent her to do. She kind of maybe had her own agenda sent by God, all of that stuff. I'm very interested in that. Let's talk about the religious aspect as well, because now I've picked up on, not only is she kind of referencing her own religious mission, but they talked about like the Lords of Cobol. And so that's what's a fascinating thing. The 12 colonies come from Cobol, maybe 13. The 12 colonies come from Cobol. And yeah, so who are the Lords of Cobol? Is it just mythology? Is it just theology? Is it real? Is it just a belief system? I mean, the 12 colonies did likely come from somewhere, right? So is there a mysterious 13th colony called Earth? I'm going to come back to that. I think maybe immediately. You have to find a home. So if it's not Earth, you have to find a home base somewhere, and you have to survive and go far enough away where the Cylons will never ever find you. Knowing that this man-made enemy is out there is still terrifying. And obviously over the course of 4 seasons, that's going to continue to be a big, they're not just going to be out of the woods. The philosophy of the guy that Commander Adama was trapped with, he talked about maybe Cylons are God's retribution for our many sins. What if God decided to make Cylon, or to transfer like our souls and give it to the Cylons? I wonder if that's something that like Cylons really believe. That is an interesting component as well. Commander Adama's in the middle of his speech, he kind of asked, I know what you're thinking, or maybe they're the lucky ones, which is an interesting question. And I think it's one that's worth exploring. Maybe they are the lucky ones in a sense. I expect there's going to be a lot of suffering and hardship in the future. The revelation that Starbuck helped Apollo's brother pass flight school, that changes things. I think that is one. I think Apollo's more likely to forgive her for that mishap than he would have his father. And I think it opened the door for him to maybe begin to heal and move on and forgive his father, which I think is really good. Especially now, like this is the end of the world, they have to have a little bit of a relationship. They have to work together without animosity, and they can't let those hard feelings keep them from making good choices and decisions. And yes, they're professionals. They likely are going to compartmentalize and not let things interfere, but it does interfere. And so hopefully they can, I'm waiting for the day when they end and say goodbye, and he doesn't say Commander, but he says Dad. I'm waiting for it, and I don't know if it happens, or rather, I expect it to happen. I guess I don't know when it will happen, but at some point it's going to happen, and I think it's going to be really, really satisfying because I'm already rooting for it. The sleeper agent thing, very interesting. The fact that we already know there's at least one sleeper agent, and we know who. Revealing that was a very good plot point, a very good decision, because now we know something that even Boomer herself doesn't know, I believe, and very, 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 very interesting to see how that unfolds. And then finally, Earth. I was wondering, as he was saying, like, it seemed really exciting, really, really interesting. Like, oh, wow, we have somewhere to go. We have somewhere to hope. But then the thought did occur to me, like, what if he's just saying it to give hope, to give us that kind of purpose, something to drive for? And he's right. That is like a human need. That is a basic human need that we have. And he gave that to them. He gave them something to strive for. Like, we are moving toward a common goal, even if a goal is made up. But at the same time, even if he doesn't know where Earth is, these rumors do exist. Maybe it's real. And maybe somewhere along the journey here, we'll find out more information about this mysterious 13th colony. Either way, it's an interesting component to give to the show. And I like that he revealed it as like the most closely guarded secret. And now it is the most closely guarded secret between him and the president. And that is going to be a really cool dynamic that I think will be explored at some point down the road as well. This show is great. Please let me know any trivia or things that you find interesting about this miniseries. We want to avoid spoilers. We want to avoid future revelations, please. Thank you. I appreciate you working with me on that. Yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll be watching the whole thing over on Patreon, and eventually those episodes will come here to YouTube as well. Big thanks to my patrons, and here's something else you might enjoy watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.